It's about to go down. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to find out what the future of DC movies is going to be. Holy smokes. Oh! First announcement. The Batman 2 is titled The Batman Part 2. The film releases on October 3rd, 2025. Let's go. Okay, whoa. Here we go. New DC Universe unveils first 10 projects. Superman Legacy in 2025, Batman and Robin movie, Green Lantern series, Wonder Woman prequel, and more. I don't know how to feel about certain things, but hold on. Let's watch. Here we go. James Gunn. Here's this video. You can see here are just a few of our plans. Up, and away.
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation.
I like that
the
he keeps saying
characters are
gaming.
consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside of the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe. Then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So, Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action.
Interesting.
The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU.
Here we go.
This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025.
That's not very far from now.
The next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan. And we have a few other lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU.
I like that.
Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace
this is the Wonder Woman
of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island.
I like that.
The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The
Whoa.
Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on
He's the
Grant
first
Morrison's
Robin?
great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line, and so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series.
I like that.
One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way, so she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about. A very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters.
100%.
And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
Okay, here's the thing. There's some things that I like. There's some things that I really like. There's some things I'm confused, or not confused about, but some things I'm not sure about. And there's definitely some things I really don't know about. Okay? Things I really don't know about. This Amanda Waller thing, the fact that clearly some members of the Suicide Squad are sticking around. I don't know. Okay? It feels like James Gunn wants to make his cake and have it too. You know, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed because it clearly seems like he wants to keep the stuff that he did with the Suicide Squad. He wants to keep the stuff that he did with Peacemaker. And that's all going to kind of continue in the Amanda Waller show that they're doing. And then he wants to, for mainline DC, as in like Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, all them, do his own thing. And yeah, I do think it's crazy that this upcoming Batman movie is going to be Batman and Robin, and they're starting with Damian Wayne. I think it is a little weird that they're starting with Damian Wayne. I think Damian's interesting. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Damian is an interesting Robin, but I would have liked at least for it to be Dick Grayson's Robin, or even if you really wanted to, just start with Jason Todd. If you wanted an edgier Robin, start with Jason Todd and then build to Death in the Family and follow up with Under the Red Hood. Like, that is a really good, compelling storyline for film. I don't know how, like, in I am to see Damian Wayne and Batman kicking it together and having Damian be, like, that edgy Robin. This is crazy. This is crazy to me. Okay, now I don't know, man. Peter Safran teases Aquaman 3 is happening. Jason always saw Aquaman as a trilogy. Again, I love Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I love him in that role. But why is it that seemingly the only mainline DCEU actor that isn't coming back is Henry Cavill? Like, should we realistically be starting the brand new connected universe with not even kind of obscure, super obscure characters like the Authority and the Creature Commandos? To me, I think it's absolutely not. And if they weren't going to be able to talk about Aquaman, if they weren't going to be able to talk about The Flash because of the fact that they have movies coming out this year and they don't want to damage their box office potential, then fine. Don't talk about the DCEU at all. at all. Let the trailers and the marketing that is inevitably going to happen for those films do the talking for those films and get people excited. Talk about what's coming. I wanted to hear about Superman. I'm glad I heard about Superman. It's coming out in 2 years. That means that this is on the fast track. The casting is going to come probably this year. We're going to hear who our next Superman is, and oh boy, that dude better not have an Instagram, because people are going to make him delete it. James Gunn said they're going to reveal other projects for Phase 1 of the DCU later down the line. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so if this isn't the entirety of Phase 1, fine. But if this is what they're ready to announce, this is what's upcoming first. And if it isn't what's upcoming first, it shouldn't have been what's announced. If the Authority is not within the next 5 years, why are we even talking about it? Why? I wouldn't have mind if all we had today was Batman and Robin, even though I'm not sure how I feel about Damian Wayne being a part of the movie, even though I wish it was like Jason Todd. If they were going to go for an edgier Robin, they should have done Jason Todd. Okay, fine. So Batman and Robin, I'm still looking forward to. I'm still interested. They're doing another Batman movie that's going to be the one that's connected to the DCU. It's going to have the Bat family in it, which is, I'm down. I'm interested in that for sure. We have Superman Legacy, which is coming out in the next 2 years. Okay, color me interested. Even Supergirl, okay, I'm a little interested. It sounds like it's going to be a bit too edgy. They're doing kind of an evil Superman thing, but with Supergirl, I'm not 100% sure how to feel about it, but I'm a little interested, all right? She's a part of the Superman family. That sounds extremely interesting, obviously, because she's going to become like an iconic character in that regard. I mean, Injustice 2 did a similar thing by bringing in Supergirl, and they made her like a pretty great character in that game, in my personal opinion. Fine, if you want to announce that, fine. Paradise Lost is probably amongst the entire slate their greatest idea in regards to rebooting a character that existed in the previous connected universe. They don't want to straight away reboot Wonder Woman and bring in a new Wonder Woman. Instead, they want to do a Game of Thrones style prequel series that shows you the origin of something like Themyscira and the Amazons. I think that is so cool. And I think that'd be a great way to get people invested in the world of Wonder Woman before they reboot Wonder Woman. Lanterns for sure sounds so good. True Detective style? Yes, sign me up for that. But I do not care for the Authority. I might care if all these upcoming projects that I just talked about that I think are interesting are good. I might care. But we gotta get there first. So, I don't know.